Start recording. Stop. Screen curtained off. Speech off.
Hey guys, this is not part of my 200 subscribers. This is not part of my 200 subscribers special, but I do have something to talk about. There we are. It's been plugged in for a while. Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and move this. Bam. Alright, that's done. I'm just gonna sit here and talk about the braille display that I have in front of me. Freedom Scientific branded 40. First time I had a 40 cell braille display was back in 2015. I didn't even know what a braille display actually was. I knew that a braille display is basically braille on the bottom of like a machine, or, well, you know, the note taker, the braille note, the braille light. Actually, I think the braille light, if I'm not mistaken, the braille light is actually one of the first note takers to have a braille display. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Those who are blind, I need to clean this off a bit. But let me know if the braille light was the first note taker to have the braille display on it. But speaking of that, I do not have that braille display in front of me that I got right here on my legs is 40 cell. There's a 14, which is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And no, this is not a counting section. 28, 32, let's see, 38. Almost 3 times as small as the 40 cell variant. There's I believe, as far as I know, there's a 14, a 40, and an 80. I think I got the in-between, as they call it. This actually comes with I believe, a 32 gigabyte SD card. I don't know. But I don't think mine came with one before. In fact, the original one that I had, I think I'd done I think you've heard the space bar was kind of clicky. This one is not. I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. You're gonna see that is not clicky at all. Now, it felt like a regular space bar. The other one did. This one just felt kind of weird. I've had it for like 2 years, practically. It's pretty good. The power button, press it and hold it for about 30 seconds. There's the status message. The time is nice. On the other one, the other one that I had was not. It did not have the clock. And I forgot what you do if you didn't have the menu button, but this one does have a menu. Repeat, rest, clock, calendar, firmness, connections, language, and scratchpad. Now that's the utility that I'm excited about. I've reviewed this before, and I'm not really going to review this. Just kind of going over it and going to talk about other products that have to deal with the blind, okay? I do have a technology channel. If you'd like to check that out, go ahead. I don't know why I put some, I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I did put a file called Pop It, and then I put an iPhone test. I did a Facebook test for some reason. Don't ask me why, but I did. Let's see, is there a way to get out of it? Yes. By pressing the right shift and X. Wait, are you sure about that? Excuse me. I guess I'll go into this. You can actually, the cool thing about this is you can actually type a note. You can type something in there. And then what would happen is, if you have a open text field in like a phone, an Android device, an Android phone or Android tablet, or an iOS device or iPad OS device, or a computer, of course, running JAWS or NVDA or whatever screen reader is available, then all that text you can, I think, I forgot the command, you have to go into the help file, which again I'd have to go right back into Scratchpad. I hate that. Okay. There's even an export option right in the menu if you don't. I mean like this utility, as they call it. I don't like to call it a utility because I like to think of it as an app, because it actually is like, it's very basic, but bro, froze not on you. Deleting. Good thing I did that. Oh boy. What would I do without the help file? Right. Okay, editing text. I don't want that. I want exporting a file just so that I could tell you what the shortcut would be. Now, I know a lot of people are not blind. So, for those who would want to check one of these devices out, it's a braille display made by Freedom Scientific. They're a company that specializes in making software and products for blind and visually impaired individuals. Heck, they're the ones that made the JAWS screen reader. And they even partnered with APH back in, well, let's say the 1990s and early 2000s to create the Braille and Speak Scholar, which is something I might get in the future, and if I do, then I will be sure to mention that in that video. Unfortunately, you cannot find those anymore. Exporting a file, there we go. If there's currently an active or Bluetooth, active, I missed something. I read Braille faster than I can talk. If there is currently an active USB or Bluetooth connection between the focus and a computer or other device, you can export the contents of the currently open file to the edit window or text field. Might I add, of an application on your computer. For example, you could export notes you've written in a file to Microsoft Word, where you can perform more advanced editing. See, that's what I don't like when it comes to braille displays that have limited note-taking capabilities, such as the Focus 40. You don't really, you don't have a choice. Okay, I knew that this was a thing, the scratch pad, but I could never access it. It was always, I think, I don't think it had the scratch pad, and even if it did, I couldn't access it because, of course, there was no SIM card. Anyways, continuing. If your notes are trying to grow, might as well read this silently because I'm going to be wasting time. I'm only going to be speaking when it gets to the... Actually, this thing doesn't even have any sounds or vibration. That's how bare bones this thing is, so to speak. To export a file, we'll do the following. Okay. Well, what I'm reading is that you'd have to make sure that you're in the document that you want to, that will contain text. Open the file on the scratch pad. There you want to export. Press the menu button and choose export. Oh wait, there was no shortcut, never mind. If necessary, you can press Z chord. That's 135.6 to cancel the export process. Yeah, so there was no, in fact, that was the last thing. I can go to the top. On an actual note taker, it would say top of file. So I'm going to exit that. So yeah, it's 8:51. Make sure to get the time set. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. So there was repeat, rest, clock, calendar, firmness, connections, language, and then after that, that was it. There was no scratch pad. But now there is. Why they call it scratch pad? You can't really scratch it. It's just something you can write, like scratch, some, like maybe notes or something. Maybe they should just have called it notepad. There you go. Notepad, or npad, or whatever. Or do like Apple and call it iPad. Just kidding. But in the way of like settings and stuff, it's all here. It's all here, like pressing the menu, and I can even exit. Wait a minute. There we go. Exit. Whoa. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna have to go back into the clock because I just messed up. Oh boy. Well, Good thing I got something that can actually tell me. An iPad. I just gotta boot it up first. I'm not gonna put in a passcode, so what I'm gonna do is press dot 4-5 in space to select the minutes, and then use the rocker bar
Screen
to
curtain on.
navigate throughout.
Touch ID requires enter passcode. Enter passcode. Enter touch ID passcode field. 0 of 4 values entered. Secure text.
Okay. Bam! I got it open.
Speech 8:55 p.m.
At 55. I'm gonna wait until it says whatever.
YouTube, weather bug, lightning alert. 2 notifications, speech off.
Alright. Gotta unlock it again. Where would I be without Touch ID, right?
8:55 p.m.
Gotta wait until it says 8:56.
8:55 p.m. 8:55 p.m. 8:55 p.m. 8:55 p.m. 8:55 p.m. 8:56 p.m.
Alright. I got it. Alright, I got it. Now it's on the right thing. I just have to... It takes, precise...
8:56
You gotta
p.m.
really get it quick.
Power off button. Slide or get power off.
Alright, so... if I do get that unit, the Braille and Speak unit, there's going to be a lot to cover, and I won't know every bit of information. And since I don't have a CD-ROM drive, I can't access the manual that would come with it. So, what I am going to have to do is either look online, which I doubt that will even happen, but, well, there we go. So, status message. There's a lot. There's like the clock, of course, and that's real cool. And let's see, the calendar. See, there's nothing here. Says April 9th, 2020. That's not right. Oh wait, is it? Hang on a second. Wait a minute. What day is today? Oh right. Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Today's Thursday. Ouch. Now, like I said in the beginning, this thing does not have any sound. There's no speakers. Of course, that would make sense because, of course, I mean, they want this to be as basic as possible because they want you to literally live off this scratch pad if you want to take notes. I mean, I think you could write a full essay in here if you had to. I mean, that is if you had to, but I think it's possible. I mean, like, it depends on a SD card, micro SD card to be exact, to actually store these files. So, it's not like think of it like an old computer. You know, like how those old computers have, like, the floppy drive, floppy disks? Well, those, the computer couldn't, what I'm guessing is the computer couldn't power without that floppy drive or floppy disk. So when inserted, it could do more than what it would normally do without it. So that's the best explanation I could give. And that goes for a couple of other displays. There is another display that does not have to deal with a SD card like a lot of these smart displays do. I call it a smart display because number one, it's got some note-taking capabilities. I'm gonna turn it off now. And bam, it's off. And also, I'm going to put this back over here and talk about other braille displays. The brilliant braille display made by Humanware is another smart braille display, and it has basic note-taking capabilities. I think its note-taking capabilities are a bit better than the Focus 40 by Freedom Scientific because, I bet it's got its own storage. Although I don't know how much storage. Now I do have the old manual from my old braille display. And while I'm putting this back up, I can get it out and try and compare the accessing the menu with the old one, because I think the old one had a menu. It just wasn't, like the current generation I got. So, yeah, let me go find that book real quick, because there is a book. And sadly, I don't have it anymore. Like I said, I don't have it anymore. Sorry, my voice is a bit, muffled. As you can tell, I'm trying to find the old manual and apparently I found it. User's Guide Focus 40 Blue Braille Display. Braille display. I got the old manual actually. It's Braille, of course, because why not? Of course, why wouldn't it be? There is a handy table of contents. Thank you, Freedom Scientific. Of course, the current menu. The current manual is on CD, and I want to get that Focus 40 somehow so I can compare the two, but unfortunately I don't think I can do that before. Oh wait, here's the display menu. It would be on page 38. I'm just going to flip to that. In total, there are a total of 98 pages. Ouch. There's a whole lot to flip. I know you guys may not be into the... Oh, here it is. Pressing dots 1, 4, 7, and 8. Meaning the, 1, 4, 7, and 8. While the focus status information is displayed, activates a menu where you can change the focus display's Bluetooth ID. Well, I don't think you can do that. Change the key repeat interval. Oh, that's what it was. For the nav rockers. And adjust the length of time. The display will wait after a control is pressed before going to sleep. Ouch. Okay. When the menu first opens, you are on the Bluetooth ID. Okay, so apparently, yeah, this is like the old manual from like 2015 or something. I don't know if anyone knows that I had this, but well, that's kind of cool. I mean, that is really cool. Press touch 4, 5, 1, 2 chord. Simple enough. Move through the available options for settings. Rock bars. Menu. Okay. Alright, so there are the options. So let me go back to the contents. I just cannot believe, like, I mean, I had this, but look at the D, Q, P, display, sleep, wait, display, sleep, delay, focus, keyboard commands, overview. Okay, so there's like 1, 2, 3. That's very basic. No wonder I don't have that anymore. I mean, I'm glad I don't have that anymore. I thought it showed the battery. I don't know. On page 94, there is the battery info. But this does not match my current display, so this is kind of useless. Alright, disconnect. Yeah, the battery is fully displayed on the current display. You know what? This manual could be a bit helpful because it doesn't say anything about a scratch pad or any note-taking capabilities. That's because it didn't have one. It's because it didn't have one. I don't know why. Yeesh. I mean, there was a way I could... Alright, on page 28, this would have been useful. Hello, old Focus 40 braille display manual. I mean, I don't think this is all... See, I wish I would have looked at this when I had the old one, because it would have been so awesome. I'm sorry if I'm holding the book like that. I don't know why I still have this. I mean, like, none of the stuff really matches at all. See, I think the way that you would toggle through the Bluetooth connection is a lot different than what the current display that I have, and pretty much what every blind person that has that display has. On the other hand, the USB cable was actually micro USB, and that was a pain in the butt to connect to a lot. Alright, I'm done with that. I'll read the rest of this off camera. It's a good thing I have this actually, because where would I be without it if I ever had to get one of these? Like, I mean, if I get one of those again, I don't know why I haven't. Maybe I should have given it back or whatever, but I don't know. I still have it. It's still good to have. Because back when the 4th was released, apparently, like the 5th generation Focus 40, the Focus 40, the 5th generation, now has a separate menu option, like, because that thing didn't even have a clock setting. Like, it didn't even have a clock, period. Like, all that thing had, like, I believe the old one would say Focus 40, then it would say 5.71, according to mine, I don't know, but I think 5.71 was a version number, and then it would say whatever it would probably say, the status. 3 lower G's would mean not connected to anything, I believe, or not connected, that's what I believe. Now, of course, in this one, because it's a bit more packed with features, I think I would say, I think there was like 3 different options. Now this one says 5.81 dash 55, and I think that's the current version, according to Freedom Scientific. This is not my, I'm not the only one that has this braille display, okay? So don't think I do. So, yeah, anyways, going back, talking about other displays. Now, there's like a lot of them. There was one back in the 80s. I forgot what it was called. Now, of course, I wasn't born in the 80s or 90s. I'm not going to tell you when, because that's kind of personal. And I don't want you guys to know when I was born, or what year or years I was born in. No, like the Focus. Okay, sorry, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to talk about. So, yeah. There are other braille displays on there, like there's Hims actually made their version of what I would call a smart display, along with everyone else. I don't know why I was doing that with that chair and like wearing it. I was doing that with a flip flop and a wooden chair. You wanna hear that noise again? It was like, yeah, it kind of doesn't sound fun, doesn't it? I was doing that on, I was kind of doing that on purpose. Anyways, thanks for 201 subscribers. I appreciate it. Now, I'm not saying that because I wanted that to happen. Of course, it took time. Speaking of time, I took time out of my own hands. In fact, I don't know. Anyways, I can compare, from what I remember of it. In fact, I think I remember a lot of it. I just don't remember going through the menu. But, I remember a lot about that display. It just didn't, it was like, talk about bare bones. That was bare bones. That was hideous. If I were to say something about it, it was hideous. But I did have fun times with it because the fact that the space bar was actually a space bar and not some weird trapezoid type shape or whatever, oblong trapezoid shape. I don't know why. At least it's a better quality. I gotta give it that. It's a better quality. It's a better quality, I don't know if I want to say material, but it's a better build quality. Because that display is made, it's actually metal or steel or something, I don't know, aluminum. It has plastic on it, but at least it's not like totally. Compared to the old one, this goes for everyone that bought that sort of display. But it was like, now, tell me if this is worth it. $2,800 for a braille display that basically does nothing but lets you change 3 settings. I think it's the rest, the display, sleep, delay, and I forgot the other one. No problem, I can just go back to the thing. Okay. Table of contents. Oh, shoot. Okay, what do I remember? Oh, Bluetooth ID, key repeat, and display, sleep delay. Alright, so I think I can go to that page. Go to page 39. And go on ahead. Go to that page. First of all, maybe I need to get this back. Bluetooth ID. I don't think you can change the Bluetooth ID. Oh, you can change the ID. Okay. Like all those menu options, I had to bend over because first of all, the chair that this book is on is low. Of course I don't see, so it's, geez, maybe I wish I had an Android device because now I don't know how long I've been recording for. It doesn't even tell me, so. I could be going on for hours. I mean, seriously, the other Focus 40 was made out of, I think, complete plastic. It was hard plastic, though. I mean, it had one button only that controlled, like, I mean, I don't think there's a way you can reset it, though. Like, I mean, I think you'd have to manually reset everything. I mean, come on. Oh boy. I mean, if it's possible, I could try and, I don't really use that display much for note-taking. That's why I am opting to try and find a cheap note-taker, and yeah, of course it's used, but I'm trying to opt to find a note-taker that it would at least be liable, or reliable, excuse me, not liable. Wrong word. Bleep. Please fast forward about 10 seconds from the previous clip. I mean, part of the video. I don't edit, so you're going to have to deal with that. I am looking for a note taker that is reliable, not liable, reliable, that I can, you know, take some notes on. Now even that braille and speak is going to have a lot less, storage. Couldn't say that right. And there's not even a USB port, so, boo! Alright, so, oh boy. Now to talk about other displays, there is a Vario Ultra. That is a fully functional note taker / braille display for about maybe $2,000-3,000. You can get it pretty. I mean, it's cheap for a note taker, and that's standard. The cheapest note taker, give or take, is the Orbit Reader 20. And yeah, you heard that right. 20. As in 20 cells. And that, my friend, is actually $449. That even has, it's almost like note-taking on a computer. I mean, it's like, you know, again, it has the, you know, the SD card. But I think it can fit like anywhere between 4 and 32 gigabytes. And I guess to me, since there's a lot of like notes you can do, in fact, there's no way you can check the storage of a, I was about to say SIM card. I'm thinking about a phone. An SD card with the Focus 40, but like, I mean, I don't think there's even a way you can do that with any note taker hybrid braille display. Now there is a real cheap like note taker that's its primary. I mean, that is the primary. But here's the thing. That is the B2G, and that is actually an Android-based note-taker. No, it's not the Braille Note Touch. No, it's not the Braille Sense Polaris or the Polaris Mini. But it is an Android-based note-taker for excuse me. I was about to say $24.99. I was about to say $2,495 for that particular note taker. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of the end of this video. And if you'd like to see more, like I said, please click the subscribe button if you're on a computer, of course. And if you have voiceover, which if you're a blind person watching this and you have voiceover, double tap that subscribe button, please hit that like button. Please comment down below your thoughts on this video. This is Beyond Sight, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.